Hi guys, today we're not going to be working on my truck. Today we're working in the garage. Going to be working on this. This is my friend's 1983 BJ42. It's been sitting a little while and it needs a little bit of work. A couple of the things that we're going to be working on today are simple things like fixing this. Seems to be a little bit broken. And maybe putting a mirror on so that we can actually see what we're doing when we're backing up. Stay tuned. Due to the popularity of these trucks, you can still get a lot of these parts. So something like this, believe it or not, you can still get original equipment, but that's pretty pricey to get a Japanese part. There's a lot of Chinese parts that are out there that you can get. There's probably made in the USA parts. What I opted to do is actually get something that is made in Thailand. A lot of these old Toyota parts are available through Thailand, and they're actually really great quality. So I ended up getting one of these, and we're going to be replacing one of those. Now, pretty easy on these trucks. There's not a lot here. So first thing you do, take off the handle, take off the crank. If you have a speaker in the door, take that off. I believe there's one screw in there that you need to take off for this little bezel. And then this trim piece just pops right off. So we're going to get to it. In order to take off the door trim panel, first you have to remove all those black bits. Most of this comes off with a screw. So a couple screws there, speakers, 4 screws. There's a hidden screw right in here. The only thing that isn't a screw is actually the window handle. And that is a clip that needs to come undone. Now there's a few different ways that you can do it. There's probably a specialized tool. Toyota says you can either use a red shop cloth or you can probably use those blue shop cloths, and you bring it from the back side, and when you actually bring it forward it pops the clip out. What I prefer to use is an old dental pick. So this is just a set that I picked up on Amazon, but you can probably get them if you're friends with your dentist because they're going to be not sharp anymore and they're probably just going to have a couple sets lying around. But if you use one of these picks, you can actually just go in right in behind, grab the clip and pull it out. Takes a little bit to get it out, but once it's out, the handle comes right off. So here it is with the door panel off. I just put the window crank back on without the clip, just so that I could do up and down the window. It comes off and goes back on really easy without the clip. So that's just so that I can actually get to the screws here. So with the door handle, you can see that there are 2 screws in there, or 2 nuts, sorry, that hold it on. And then there's actually a 3rd nut that's up in here that you can't see. That holds it to the actual latch mechanism. So those 2 are to hold it to the door, that one's to hold it to the latch mechanism. The 3 come off and the door handle just comes right off, and then we can go and swap it back in a new one. Let's take a look at what we got here. So this is the one that I've taken off from the driver's side door. Spring is gone in it, it's broken, this piece is broken off. It's had a hard life. This is the one from the other side. So this is the original passenger door one. You can see here, spring is gone in it. It doesn't operate, but at least it was in one piece. And this is the one that I got from Taiwan. So this is obviously the driver's side, the passenger side I've already put in. So you can see here it's a mirror image. But other than that, it's exactly the same. When you look at it, spring, bolts, everything's right there. The little dimple mark is there on both of them. It's a very faithful replica of it. I think that this piece is a little bit bigger here because when they made them, really you only need one flag that's a little bit bigger than the other one. But they made it big on both sides so that they can just use less parts, right or left side. But yeah, here's the broken one. As I said, here's the 2 nuts that you need to take off. These went here and here. That attaches it to the door. And then there's a bolt that goes through that flag to the actual mechanism. Just as easy as that. Takes you about 10 minutes to take it out, not even. It's pretty easy to do. What I do want to mention is that the new door handle doesn't come with any hardware. So you have to reuse the nuts and the bolt. You also have to reuse this flag. This flag is just a reinforcement plate. So this is installed from the outside of the door. And then before you put the nuts and bolts on, you install this little reinforcement plate like that. And then obviously the nuts and bolts go on top. So you do have to reuse some of the pieces. Make sure that you don't drop those down on the door. Because you're going to have to fish them out. So here it is. The new piece is in there. As I said, that old flag has to go on this side of the door, so you can't really see the shiny bits. But there's the two bolts that bolted onto the door. And then there's the third bolt up top there that actually goes and connects to the locking mechanism. And I just sprayed some fluid film in there just to keep everything nice and lubed up. But yeah, that's about it for that. You can put the plastic back on. Obviously the crank comes off before you put on the panel, but everything just goes back together. So something else that I wanted to take care of today was the mirrors. And again, these are from Taiwan. Now I can't compare them with the originals because someone took the originals. But these ones, they line up not too bad. It wasn't perfect, so actually I had to go in and elongate the holes just slightly with a round file. And then once with a round file, they'll go right on. No problem. Again, didn't come with any mounting hardware. It did come with this set, and that's actually to go and bolt on the mirror part of it. So these are just from wherever. To get them put on. So I'm going to put that on really quick and then I'll show you what it looks like. So here's the end result, guys. And you saw me using a ratchet to put in the screws, and I didn't torque them in there, but I want to make sure that they're tight enough that someone else couldn't get them out with a screwdriver, because someone liked the mirrors before, so they took them. Now, these are not high quality mirrors. They're there, they work, but they're not the highest quality in the world. This door handle, on the other hand, it is really great quality, works quite well. Everything went back together the way that it came out, so all good. You'll be seeing a little bit more of this truck on the channel as we go through, because as I say, it's been sitting a while and we want to get it back on the road. So there will be all sorts of maintenance items that we're going to go through. Plus we're going to have to take care of some of the rust. Up here in Canada, you're not allowed to have any holes in the body, nothing that could be sharp, and nothing that lets exhaust fumes into the cabin. So anywhere that there's a hole, I'm going to have to address that, but the body's going to remain pretty much the same, and it's just going to be mechanically an excellent vehicle to drive, and it's going to continue looking the way it is, just because this has a great look to it. Anyways, thanks a lot, guys. If you want to see more about this truck, make sure you subscribe, because this will be on the channel.